Hey, what is up guys? It's Lazarus, and today I'm bringing you yet another MLB The Show 17 video, and today we are going to be discussing who I believe will be the top 10 highest rated starting pitchers in the game. Now really quickly, before we get into this list, I want to thank everybody who's watching for the awesome support of my last few videos. It really means a lot to me, and also if you want to see me do predictions for any specific position, or even like specific teams, just let me know by commenting or liking the video. So let's get right into this list. Of course, at number 1 we have Clayton Kershaw at 99 overall, and really at this point there's not much to say about Clayton Kershaw. We all know he's the best pitcher in the league, and he's probably been the best pitcher since all the way back in 2010, and it's probably going to stay that way for a while. This guy has been dominant every single year, and there's really nothing bad to say about him at this point. Next up in the 2 spot, we have Max Scherzer, who I believe will be a 95 overall to start the year. Now, he's had some bad starts last year, but he's also had amazing starts, such as his 20 strikeout game. But overall, put all his stats together, he's been one of the better pitchers in the league for a few years now, even if he's kind of inconsistent sometimes. But he's still always up there with the league leaders in strikeouts and ERA, so it makes sense for him to be rated this high. At number 3, we have Giants starting pitcher Madison Bumgarner, who had yet another amazing postseason last year, and I think that really shows how good this guy really is. I believe he'll start at 95 overall and most likely go up as the year goes on. He has so many filthy pitches coming from the left side of the mound and is probably one of the best postseason pitchers ever, not to mention he's also very good in the regular season. And at number 4, we have the new Red Sox ace, Chris Sale, and I have him being a 94 overall to start the year. I think Sale is really going to have a fantastic year with Boston. Last year in Chicago, his numbers were a little bit down from where they usually are, and that's mostly because the White Sox defense is just absolutely terrible, and they're not a good team at all. Boston has a very solid team, a great defense, so he shouldn't have any problems with that, and his numbers should be a lot better than they were last year. And at number 5, we have young Mets pitcher Noah Syndergaard, or Thor as he's commonly known as. He's one of the best young pitchers we have seen in a while, and I think he'll start somewhere around a 94 overall. He can throw 100 miles per hour with ease, and his slider is absolutely filthy, hitting 95 miles per hour sometimes. As this year goes on, I think we'll see Thor emerge as one of the better pitchers in all of Major League Baseball. Next up at number 6, we have another Mets pitcher, and this time it's Jacob deGrom at a 93 overall. Now, Jacob deGrom is a guy that I feel like has been kind of underrated, honestly. It feels like he's always been living in someone else's shadow on that great Mets pitching staff, whether it's Matt Harvey a few years ago or now it's Thor. But deGrom has been one of the most consistent pitchers in all of baseball for the last few years, and I think that warrants him being a 93 overall diamond to start the year. And at number 7, we have another Washington National, Stephen Strasburg, who had a pretty good year last year, probably the best of his career so far. I could see him being a 92 overall to start the year, as he was kind of injured for a good amount in the second half last year, and that came after his really good start to the year. So I feel like they might just keep him there because that's a safe overall if you're going for someone who you're not completely sure about, because he's shown so much potential. But if he just stays healthy, I think he could be one of the best pitchers in baseball, no doubt about it. But health is the key 100% for Stephen Strasburg. In the 8th spot, we have Indians pitcher Corey Kluber, who I think will be around a 92 overall. Now, this may be surprising that he's on this list, but he's coming off another good season. He won the Cy Young a few years ago, and he also had an amazing postseason last year. In his starts, he really did put the Indians on his back. Now I know he's had some rough spots in between the stretches of dominance, but he's still overall one of the nastiest pitchers in the league. His pitches have a ridiculous amount of movement, and we saw just how good this guy can be in October of last year. At number 9, we have Jon Lester, the veteran Cubs lefty, and we have him at a 91 overall. He's coming off another very solid year for Chicago and doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. He was one of the better pitchers in the National League last year, so it only makes sense for him to start off with a good overall, such as a 91. Finally, last but certainly not least, we have another Cub, Jake Arrieta. His 2016 season was not quite as great as his 2015, but he still had a pretty solid year. I believe he'll also be a 91, and that can easily increase throughout the year, as we've seen how good he can really be over certain stretches. I feel like really the key for him is to put together a good full season, as the last 2 years, he's had one dominant half of the year and then another decent one. So if he could just put everything together, I think there's not going to be much to worry about with Jake Arrieta, as he's still a fantastic pitcher all around. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see in the comments below. And be sure to like the video. I'm out. Peace.